Big up everybody, welcome back to another vlog. So in this video, we'll be looking at safety, how to be safe out there on the road. Because driving safely out there means saving your own life, saving somebody else's life, avoiding jail time, and just simply having a productive career. Oh, and before I forget, thanks guys for subscribing, thanks for watching the video, and if you're watching this one, just click the like button and support the channel. So safety start before you even switch on that truck. So you need to do your pre-trip and you need to do your post-trip. So you look under your truck for leaks. Any kind of liquids that are leaking that are supposed to be leaking, like oil leaks, coolant leaks, power steering fluid leaks. Check them out, right? And you need to look under your hood. You need to open that hood and check your engine. Check your hoses for air leaks or oil leaks, and check your belts to see if they are cut or if they are fraying, and if they have the right tension. And you need to check your engine oil. Check your oil regularly, because if you're having thinning oil, you will have an engine fail. Check your lights, your clearance lights and your indicator lights, your brake lights, and your park lights. You need to also check regularly your tire pressure. Check them and see that the tires are properly inflated. This will save a lot of time. And check underneath that trailer and check underneath the tractor to see that everything is all right around there. You need your suspension to be in visibly good order. These little things will save your time and will keep you safe going down the road. They might seem a bit, monotonous going around every time checking these things, but they are very, very important. It will save your time, and it can help to keep you safe going down the road. At the end of a work day, do your post trip. Just get out the truck and walk around the truck and do a visual inspection. Look at the tires. See if anything was caught up or wedged between a tire or caught up in the tire itself. That might just very well cause a blowout the next day. You don't want that. You might end up losing control. You can't be perfect, but at least try. If you notice, I went under the trailer, I was looking at the suspension to see if everything is visibly okay. Just take a look. You might just pick something up. So now we're going down the road. First thing you need to know is this posted speed limit. So you need to look out for these signs. You're not perfect, you're not going to see all of them, but you have to look out. You have to do your best to try and see what the posted speed limit and drive within the speed limit. Next thing you need to do, you need to maintain proper following distance. You don't want to be driving too close to the vehicle in front of you, because anything can happen and they will brake suddenly and you end up in the back of that vehicle. And try and be extra cautious in heavy traffic areas, because the likelihood of somebody braking suddenly or swerving suddenly and cutting you off is more likely to happen in these areas. So be extra vigilant. Same principles apply going down US highways. You always have a lot of traffic and you have more signs, stop lights, and so that you need to pay attention to. More people turning left and turning right and so on. So you have to pay attention when you're going down these US highways, especially through built up areas. And guys, going through these small towns and any town with a lot of traffic, like look out for these steel green, because they can catch you and you end up running the red light. So look out for them, prepare to stop. So slow moving traffic can be a bore, but this is where a lot of fender benders happen. I see a lot of this out here. During slow moving traffic, people tend to go on them phone and all of these things. So try to keep alert and keep a distance. So now we're looking at off ramps, getting off the interstate and getting on. There you can see the minimum speed limit, which is 25. And I think that is what posted for cars. So you as a tractor trailer driver, you need to go at least 5 or 10 below, depending on your weight. So you have to go slow around these curves, especially if you're fully loaded and heavy. If you go too fast, you're going to flip over. And the same principles apply going on ramp. There again, you can see the minimum speed limit, and this is our on-ramp going onto the Interstate 64. So slowly around the curves, all right, and what you want to do, you're getting onto the interstate now. So when you straighten out after you finish that curve, you're going to have a little space that you can increase your speed, so you can get up to the minimum highway speed. You, indicate that you're coming on, and most tractor trailer drivers will switch over and give you that space, but you still have to look out for regular drivers, but some of them won't give you that space, so you have to look out. So we just look at going around curves. So let us look at turns now. So this is a right-hand turn with a yield sign. So this right-hand turn, it's not controlled by a traffic stoplight, right? So what you have to do is just follow the sign, yield, look and see when it's safe to continue that right-hand turn. So you proceed when it's safe to do so. So this is another right-hand turn, but it's controlled by a traffic light. It's on green, but this one you have to take a bit wider because of the length of the tractor trailer, and you have to be careful not to hit any of the oncoming vehicle there, and not to go over the curve and damage any signs and so on. So now we're coming up to a left turn, and we're turning from double lane. So you want to be in that right lane furthest from the curb. And when making the turn, you want to pull up as far up as possible and make the turn as wide as possible, watching your driver's side mirror to see to it that you're not off tracking and getting that trailer over into the inside lane there. Narrow country roads can be a bit challenging as well. Not only you have to look out for oncoming traffic, you have to careful of the lower speed limit signs, bit lower than what you might be used to. So you want to go slowly, especially when there are curves and turns. You have to look out for the off tracking of the trailer, because you might end up with a tandem wheels into the ditch. If you're heavy, it can tip you over. You can end up puncture, or you can end up tearing down some kind of sign, or doing some damage, and you don't want none of that. So you have to be cautious going down narrow country roads. So let us look at this situation. You can see here a sign showing that there's a runaway ramp ahead. So it is showing you that you're going down a grade, and this is a 6% grade. Here is a posted speed limit, which is 50, and that is posted for cars. The thing is, it's foggy, and visibility is good up to about 300 feet ahead. So I had to be going about 35 miles per hour, because I was traveling at a speed that I know that in case anything, I could come to a safe stop. So be careful when approaching a railway crossing. Remember that a tractor trailer is not supposed to be closer than 15 feet off that track. Wind down your windows, look and listen, and look on how the track is set up. Some of these tracks are on a little bump, and you will get hung up. Your landing gear will hang you up on some of these tracks because they are on a little bump. And remember, you just don't stop on railway tracks. That is a rule. Just do not stop on railway tracks. Too much videos of trucks getting wiped out by trains stuck on tracks or stop on tracks. So we're coming to the end of another video, but before we go, let us look at road signs. And again, we are professional drivers, so we have to read every single road sign. At least we have to try and read all of them. They are out there to help us and to keep us safe. So pay attention to your signs and follow the instructions. So that's it for this one. Click the like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And as usual, appreciate it, guys, and be safe out there on the road. I'll see you in the next video.